Designed with the driver in mind, the all-new Mazda CX-90 is the perfect blend of high-performance appearance and world-class refinement. Right now, get 0.9% financing on the all-new CX-90 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer. Team Mazda, a member of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Howdy. Welcome to Tuesday.
Yeah, first not Monday of the week.
Oh, how about it?
Right, moving along. Apparently moving along is the rain. We all could use a little bit more of it. We all know the state of our drought, that kind of thing. It was actually, look, who doesn't love a nice sunny day? I actually really enjoyed yesterday.
Yeah.
Kind of overcast, a little sprinkle everywhere, just constant kind of, it is November, right? And I don't need the holidays to be all gloomy, but I actually kind of enjoyed yesterday.
Because we haven't seen it in so
You're right,
long.
you're
Even
right.
all the tellers at the bank, the grocery store,
Right.
everyone there, everyone was happy that we were getting some rain.
Little bit.
And you know who we have to thank for it?
That's right.
Dr. Steve Caparata.
There it is. Oh, hey.
Always too kind, Liz Co. I don't know if I'd
Yes,
say the same
indeed.
about Matt was expressing his disappointment all morning.
I really was. Well,
Because of that path behind you.
pessimism right there, eternal optimist. Exactly.
Balance.
I know.
Balance.
So look, Matt, I share some of that disappointment with you, as a lot of people do. But that the glass half full is we got
Absolutely.
some rain, right? And we still have a little more to come. It's just not as much as we originally hoped. Here's a look at our first alert radar network right now. Most of the showers a little bit east and south of Baton Rouge. We're bringing it in closer and dial up our exclusive radars in Franklin and West Feliciana, and you can see some very light stuff out over the basin, Ascension, Livingston, St. James parishes back in the Tangipahoa, but this is very light. Baton Rouge north and northwest, not much reaching the ground at this hour. It is overcast though, and it is going to be another one of those overcast kind of gloomy days. Temperatures right now mostly in the upper 50s. Baton Rouge, New Roads, Gonzales, Patterson all checking in at 58 degrees. All right, let's give you a look at what to expect going forward. Now, this is a little bit overdone, but the idea is as we advance this, we'll see some light showers kind of off and on. Mid-morning, it might be relatively quiet, but hopefully picking up a little bit late morning, lunchtime, as we start to see a little more darker green showing up. Now, you know, rain coverage is higher the farther east and southeast you go. We're kind of teetering on the edge of getting in on some of the rains in the Baton Rouge area. Farther west you go, the drier it's probably going to be today. Here we are at 3 o'clock. Just kind of those off and on, mostly light showers. To see some pockets of yellow, mostly south of I-10. Better chances, maybe some moderate rains. And then on into this evening, maybe a little better potential. We get a few more little moderate showers developing. Here we are approaching midnight tonight, but you notice how it's starting to trend drier west of Baton Rouge. So overall today, not too different from what we saw yesterday. Off and on, mostly light showers. It'll stay cool outside. Highs only in the low 60s. Breezy outside also. Winds out the northeast 10 to 15 with some higher gusts. So yeah, here's the bad news in the rainfall outlook going forward. This is the next 2 days through Thursday morning. You see the Weather Prediction Center keeps most of the heavier rains offshore. They're basically saying Baton Rouge westward, a ½ inch or less of additional rainfall. Baton Rouge to New Orleans, a ½ inch to maybe an inch and a quarter. So the farther east you go, a little better chance of getting a little more rain. As we focus in on Baton Rouge proper, I'm not sure what happened with the Canadian model. It dropped off there, but you can see you got a couple of models like the Graph and Euro that are under a ½ inch, a couple more of that around a ½ inch, so you get the idea. Additional rain's not going to amount to all that much. Whatever rains we do get will wind down tomorrow morning. Thursday into the weekend, mainly dry, mild, low to mid 70s. Still some clouds around, and then we're hoping to squeeze out some more rain early next week. We'll keep an eye on that. Note that our 10-day ends with Thanksgiving. Early outlook suggests pretty good Thanksgiving, partly cloudy with highs in the 60s. All right, coming up on 7:07, had a lot of trouble on the bridge this morning. Let's get an update now from John.
Update is improving. Thank you, Steve. All cones and all flares have been extinguished and picked up on the bridge itself. Here's our sky cam shot. Everything's off to that far left lane. Map vehicle temporarily blocking the center lane. You can see it a little better here. So the flares have been picked up. All the cones have been picked up. The wrecker has both vehicles on it, the truck and the car. 2 city police officers, 1 city police officer still on the scene. So this guy is about to start picking cones up here and getting you access to the bridge. But right now, now, temporarily, you're still being forced to go on to 110 northbound. But again, we're seeing them pull off right now, and the wrecker's getting off the bridge at Port Allen's exit, so they're trying to help him move over to the far right lane. And again, once that's done, we'll see the other cones being picked up. So you can see that wrecker right here going across, and they're helping him get over to that far right lane to get off at the Port Allen LA1 exit. And then these guys will move here momentarily, and then this gentleman will pick up those cones, and we'll get a good traffic flow across the bridge. Morning traffic rush hour is contributing to some of this, but your backups at the 1012 all the way to right at Perkins Road, and then it thins out nicely. Folks being diverted to 110 northbound, all of that's good. I was hoping to see that happen in real time right here, but we're not going to wait on it. But the good news is the bridge is clear, and now it's just a matter of a few more minutes, and he'll pick up those cones and let you go across the bridge toward Port Allen. Kudos to our first responders for getting out there and getting that taken care of. It's always a dangerous situation when they do that. 7:08, we'll update you before the end of this 9 News Now. We do this every morning. Brief update on what we covered this morning at 9 News this morning in case you missed it. And we go to Studio B for that with Matt and Liz.
Yeah, Johnny, thanks for keeping your eyes on it. Again, we'll check on that in another 5 minutes here. But first, let's get you a rundown of headlines, including this. Nationally, how many more days do we have until the government could possibly shut down? What, less than 3 now?
Yeah, so Friday, you get the full day and then into midnight. So right when that clock strikes midnight, Friday into Saturday, right? So we're talking about another potential government shutdown. The new Speaker of the House, of course, Mike Johnson from right here in the great state of Louisiana, says he has a couple plans to keep the lights on, so to speak. Now, do those plans have the backing of lawmakers? And actually not just lawmakers, but Republican lawmakers. Right now, it doesn't seem like he has enough to get the votes to pass this, so that would mean going across the aisle, working across the aisle, which you kind of hope is what lawmakers do, right? The finding that common ground. But that's actually what got the last speaker fired. So what happens? We actually could see a vote possibly today.
A procedural vote is what they call it. Now, President Joe Biden says that he would actually sign some measure of this here, some form of it. So how can we see all the leaders on both sides come across the table to make this work? We'll keep our eyes on that, keep an eye on that procedural vote, and we'll let you know.
That's the big headline across the country, right? Big headline in Louisiana right now, a stabbing at the campus, Louisiana Tech. 4 people stabbed and a suspect arrested.
Yeah, originally the police chief there on the campus said that 1 person had died. At this point, they're just saying 4 people were injured. Right. 1 of them is a graduate student. The 3 others stabbed non-students. They were all coming out of that student wellness center, kind of the rec center on campus here. And so right now they have somebody in custody. I believe it's Jacoby Johnson, charged with a number of different incidents here. And so we're waiting to find out the condition of the people being treated right now. But that is the big news coming from La Tech's campus up in Ruston. They're going to have a vigil later on tonight to kind of memorialize this, but then there's still a lot left in this investigation to figure out, including why did this happen? Right, and the university put out a statement saying it seems to be random. Okay, but still, even if it is random, you still want to know why, to your point. So we'll keep on this for you. We'll let you know the very latest. So that is from national to state to now hyper-local here. An overnight shooting in Baton Rouge has left 1 person dead. Yeah, this kind of happened. Let's show you the map here. Old Rafe-Meyer Road, not far from Airline High. If you see here, absolutely. Kind of 61. Kind of happened in the cross street there, North 37th Street, Old Rafe-Meyer Road. We're told that the East Baton Rouge Coroner's Office responded to the scene. First responders also getting there too. We've reached out to all of our local law enforcement agencies to see who's responded to this and exactly what happened here as a result too. We'll keep you updated. And actually, speaking of keeping you updated, I want to let you know about another shooting yesterday morning in Baton Rouge, a deadly shooting, and now an arrest made by investigators. This is the suspect who police believe is involved. It's 27-year-old Larry Pearl. He's charged with second-degree murder and illegal use of a weapon. This is a shooting that happened on Geronimo Street sometime Monday. So police officers working quickly to help move the pieces along in this investigation. With any of the things that we talk about here, Crime Stoppers is such a huge asset to make sure that this happens, right? Suspects get arrested, that investigation moves forward, and we find some answers. So make the phone call, right? 344-STOP. No one ever knows who you are. They don't want to. It's not that you can remain anonymous. It's that you will. There's not an option. It's not like you're going to be like, well, you can give your name if you want. They don't care about your name, just your information. So make the phone call. The program works pretty well here. See if you can't get them going with anybody, any kind of help that they might need. Okay, there's a number of things going on today we want to make sure that you are in the know about, including the Downtown Development District.
some things going on in Baton Rouge that impacts them and impacts you. They want you to know about it.
It's fitting that they're hosting today's meeting this month of November at the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge there along River Road. The casino opening up in August here. So today they're talking about a number of things, including the 2024 city parish budget. They're talking about Breck's Imagine Your Parks 3 reiteration and how they want community input to be a part of that. Also talking about holiday festivities happening in the city of Baton Rouge. A number of things happening today. The meeting starts at 8 o'clock and they're offering free valet parking to people to attend.
Hey, free parking?
Come on.
That's about a reason enough to go to anything these days.
Downtown? Yes.
Want to let you know about this deadline looming, request of those absentee ballots. We talked about it. We've been talking about it for a while.
Sure have.
Deadline is today. It's 4:30 this afternoon.
That's it. And if you have that filled out, we'll go ahead and return it on the earlier side. All of the completed absentee ballots, they are due to the Registrar of Voters office by 4:30 this Friday. So fill them out, turn them in.
After that, it's election day, right?
Ooh, this Saturday, last chance.
Last chance. Make sure you got your vote. Get your vote in. Okay, so another thing going on today, a Meet the Candidates. This is a Republican lunch, so to speak. Meet the Candidates, the Ronald Reagan luncheon.
Cafe American at noon today. Go hear what they have to say for the election this Saturday.
So all that's coming up. Want to give you this as well. Speaking of Thanksgiving meals, were we speaking of Thanksgiving?
Yeah. We are now.
All the different meals given away in the capital city. 3
different turkey giveaways. We've got all of the details in this story for you to make sure you have a turkey this Thanksgiving.
Hey, getting out of town for those last minute Thanksgiving rides?
This is going to be one of the busiest holiday travel seasons. So if you're thinking about traveling, the advice from BTR, buy your tickets now, especially if you're thinking about, well, I want to travel to a new city. That DC flight, remember folks, if you don't use it, we will lose it.
Yeah, I know, and they need to be at like 80% capacity, and we have not really been there. So
we sure have not.
See. How about an early tip-off, guys? You guys want to go see LSU women's basketball?
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
Oh.
We can't make the 7 o'clock games. How about 11 a.m.?
I know. That's right on. That's a good time for us.
Well,
11 o'clock.
you and I'll be out of the gym, and then we'll just go to the baseball. The game.
Yeah.
What do you say?
You and I will be out of the gym.
Did you say baseball?
No, we both go to the gym right after the show.
Oh,
and then you play
the
baseball?
same gym. I'm not allowed to know where he goes. So
is that right? He hasn't told you.
That's a good call.
Hey, look at the bottom right. Look at the bottom right. I-10 West.
Free flowing.
Bridge open going to Port Allen. All lanes open.
Traffic czar, making things happen before 9 News Now wraps up. Stay with us. We'll check in. Yeah, flex those muscles, both of y'all. 10 minutes.
The winning play. The winning play.